when it comes to, let's just say, Medicare for all, he talked about Medicare for all. I fundamentally agree with Medicare for all. But if you attack somebody simply because they ask you, how are we going to fund this, when that's a major issue, that has to go through the CBO. So if you can't explain to me how you're going to fund something you say is so pivotal for the country, then I can't take you seriously, especially as a policy student. Because if I think something that I'm pushing is worthy of being voted on, I can give you whatever you want from me. But if you demonize me saying, oh, well, you asking me how to pay for it, you didn't ask how they gonna pay for the tax cuts. Actually, they did. If you watch the news, every time the CBO put a score out on the tax cuts, they talked about it. They interviewed Republicans. They brought up the fact that the tax cuts would blow up the deficit. They brought up the fact that they weren't paid for. So again, he does not answer questions when it's not a softball. Of course, people agree with Medicare for all, but the reality is switching to a system like that is going to be very disruptive.
Right.
And there are going to be major implications to switching. But he's not. He's not. He's telling people.
I think whatever candidate we have is gonna, regardless if it's him or somebody else, we have to have those. We gotta have that level of progressive ideology.
I agree.
That's gotta have that. You gotta be that extreme with the policy, because in the end of the day, I mean, I feel like for whatever reason in recent years, I feel like a lot of Democrats have it's kind of like you're tiptoeing around different things, and you're so afraid of necessarily not presenting the information the right way because everybody wants to get elected or whatever. I mean, you gotta have, like I said, that's why some of the people that did vote for Trump, extremism, just like they're being extreme.
Right.
I feel like we can't be the left middle. You got to be the left, or you're not gonna get that seat again. You're just not.
I just don't think that. I'm trying to figure out the kind of person we need to run. And with the people that I've seen so far, and no, I like them all. I love Elizabeth Warren. I love Cory Booker. I don't know much about Kamala Harris, but I saw her speech, and she said some good things. But is it enough to?
Really? To be honest.
So what are your reservations about Kamala Harris? Because
first of all, to be honest, I don't know enough about her yet. I
like the fact that she's a Harris. I mean, that's something going for her.
I don't know enough about her yet, but I do.
Is your last name Harris?
It is.
I kind of think because where we are right now, it's going to be a hard sell, to be quite honest. I mean, we got 8 years with Obama, and I feel like that built up so much animosity from a particular group of people that even you think, they kind of look like you would never expect that person to be racist or even somewhat biased.
Because it brings that fear.
It just
that
brought
you're gonna
about
lose something.
Well, guess what?
Guess what?
Running somebody that doesn't do that isn't gonna make them vote for them anyway. So the whole ideology of that's gonna turn them off. They ain't gonna vote for us anyway. And I think that's another thing we gotta stop doing as Democrats, is trying to cater to people who are not going to vote for us. Period. I don't care who you run. You can run Bernie Sanders, and the same people gonna vote against him. It don't matter who you run. If they got a Democrat attached to their name, and these people are at their core conservatives and Republicans, I don't care who. You can run the nicest person to come down from heaven, and if you slap a Democrat next to their name, they will not get voted for.
But I think a lot of people that were core, I don't think of people that voted for Donald, they weren't core or staunch Republicans.
Yes, they were.
I feel like some of the people that voted for Donald Trump, they were not people that they want to say how else
yes,
how did Obama the same get the same relatively.
This is the thing.
You're saying those people just.
A lot of people say this, but Barack Obama did not win because he got people who voted for Trump. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people say, oh, Barack Obama never got a majority of the white vote. Not even close.
No.
What Barack Obama did is he exhausted the black vote, and he exhausted particular populations, and he got enough of the white vote to overcome what
got votes in the right areas.
Yeah, he got votes in the right areas, but he never. People make it seem like, oh, Obama just did great with white voters. Obama did terribly with white voters.
But I'm not even saying white voters, because you got to think about, there's some people that first of all, they're not white, But it's like, where are they falling on? Are you falling more to
Right.
the left, or are you falling more to the right?
Well, see, that's the thing. Obama was, in my opinion, Obama didn't run on a super progressive message.
No,
Like,
I at that time I don't think. I think I'm just saying to combat Donald Trump is, to me, in my opinion, I think Donald Trump is extreme. Everything he does is like,
Donald Trump, a regular Republican.
I think that he's
I think people giving him too much credit, saying that he reinventing the wheel. He's a regular
not
Republican.
reinventing, but he's bringing up a wheel that hasn't really. It's like somebody walking around with a Klan suit on, or somebody walking around with a regular suit, but behind closed doors they're dressed up like the Klan.
I'm telling you.
So if he's not afraid to walk out there with the Klan suit on is my thing, and nobody hasn't done it. They haven't been doing that in a while. They've been walking out in regular Brooks Brothers suits. But when you go home
That's
at night in
true.
your basement
That's
and
true.
listen to your radio, you got your Klan suit on.
Yeah, that's true.
So these are the same. It's
I
just,
get that.
like you look at old police department. Most of they were the Klan, but they were also it's the same thing. Now people are not afraid of it. We all should just wear our Klan suit because Donald Trump has his on. So, and he's the highest office in the land. So we can go out here and grab women's crotches and we can say whatever we want to say and call people whatever we want to call them.
Because at the end
So
of the
I
day,
mean,
all
what
we
do you do
care
to
about-
combat that? Either you use the Martin Luther King version or you use the Malcolm X version. I'm just always, maybe I'm gonna be biased and I'm a Malcolm X more of a person in my opinion, but
Get out of here.
I don't know. I mean, I just think, from my personal opinion, if I was running for president, I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying. If you want to vote for me, great. But I'm not about to cater to people who voted for Donald Trump.
I'm
I
not
just
trying to
can't do
cater
it.
to. I'm talking about the people that, like you, for instance, if you're saying okay, in Obama's case, there's a base for Democrats, just like there's a base for the Republicans.
Yeah.
What's gonna fire up that base? And it's not gonna be somebody who comes in there and just kind of like. I mean, you gotta have something. What is your angle? Cory Booker, I'm like,
I don't like
I
Cory
like
Booker,
him.
period. I don't like him
you
anyway.
alright, but I mean,
I don't like him. I
It's
don't like
almost
him.
like you like a
He forces
watered down
everything.
Obama or something. I mean, like
He forces too much. My issue, period, I have an issue with voters, too, is I think we put too much emphasis on stuff that doesn't matter. Like, who cares if this person can pop a beer on Instagram? Who cares if they can Instagram live?
this is the
And
country we
this-
live in.
But I'm saying, when
Instagram
when you
famous.
celebritize the presidency and public office,
too late.
and you stop thinking about policy, which is really what matters at the end of the day,
Does it
this is
still?
what happens, huh?
Does it still?
Absolutely, it does.
With this administration?
With this administration, absolutely, it does. The media focuses on him being crazy, but behind doors, he getting stuff done. Like, for example, when she talked about how, what did you talk about when you talked about how people have, you can go into a bank and try to get a bank loan.
Oh yeah, the
Same credit score, everything, but my credit score would be higher. Not my credit score, but my interest rate would be higher because I'm black. Under Obama, they found out that lenders who were giving for the car industry, they were charging black people more for cars. So Obama issued an executive order to get rid of that. Trump changed it. So what Trump is doing.
But he was already doing it even in the private sector as a businessman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
So
that's-
a lot of people, and I ain't trying to cut you off, but a lot of people feel like because he ain't on TV every day talking about what policy he's changing, that he's not doing anything and he just sitting in the Oval Office playing games. He's changing a lot of stuff
But I
that we
don't
don't think about.
I think people do realize that, and that's why you had 30%. I mean, I don't.
Oh, no,
it
that's
comes-
true. That's
it
true.
comes
That's
out
true.
in little tidbits.
Yeah.
So you may not know every change.
Yeah,
Now,
but
people
media-
can even see it with taxes. You got less than you got back last
Yeah.
year. I mean, and that's
Yeah.
just. It don't even seem like he's been in there that long, and you're
Yeah.
already losing.
Yeah,
That's what I like about, and I don't really like her that much. What's her name?
Warren.
No, the lady, she's with the long blonde hair, she's kind of pretty, Colbert, what's her name?
Long blonde hair.
Yeah, she's like,
She's a host.
no, she's a political commentary.
She got
She-
long blonde hair. She
Yeah,
black.
She's white.
You're not talking about. She on what show?
She does,
CNN.
she doesn't have a show. She's like, they have her on different shows. She was just on,
You're not talking about John McCain daughter, are you?
no, what's her name?
God, no.
Colbert.
No, Stephen Colbert is
No,
a guy.
what's her name? God, what is her name?
She's white.
I
And
just
she
think-
has blonde
Yes,
hair.
and she says some really outlandish stuff.
Talking about Ann Coulter.
And culture, yes.
Oh.
Now, she did say something. She's an idiot, but she did say something
She
on
out there.
Bill Maher last week. She said that we focus so much on Trump being a buffoon that we lose focus on what we really need to focus on. Because we know that when Trump says that he's the best writer in the world, clearly he's not. Or
He's the best
everything.
I mean,
And
secretly,
he says
you
stuff like
find
that
out
all the
he like
time.
R. Kelly and he can't read. I mean,
Right.
who knew?
He
But
really
But
can't.
when he says something so extreme, the media takes it and runs with it, as
Yeah.
opposed to just ignoring it because it's ludicrous.
Yeah.
But who feeds into? We are consumers,
Yeah.
okay?
Right,
So
but
we have to
how many days and weeks did they talk about Trump saying that he had the biggest inauguration ever? I mean, that went on forever and ever
But my
and ever,
point
but we
is
know
still
the
to
place was
this,
practically empty.
We still to this day, like we have to take accountability as a society. And like I said, it goes back down to ethics and values. Who do we let the least vulnerable of our society get taken advantage of, abused, thrown to the curb? I mean, whatever your ethics and values are as a society, it's going to come out in every form and fashion, and it just comes out in our policy and politics.
Yeah.
And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it sounds outlandish, but you're a consumer. So if you turn on this television and you watch this and you consume that, they're going to reproduce supply and demand. People want to watch a bunch of reality TV and people slapping, calling people bitches. That's what they're going to sell to you.
That's
and
absolutely
until you demand,
Something.
that's intelligible media, information, and we want fact-based stuff.
Yeah.
You get on TV and you just make up some shit and people go with it.
Yeah, that's just like
because you buying it.
That's just
you
like
eating the
CNN.
garbage.
Yeah.
Like you saying, that's like saying I'm gonna sit up here and eat a bunch of McDonald's and expect not to be a diabetic. I mean, why you suing McDonald's? You know what you was eating was crap, but you ate it anyway.
Right.
So I mean, yes, you could be going to the library. You could be reading print news. You could be. There's a lot of stuff that you could be doing rather than sitting here looking at Fox telling
or
you
you
what
can watch
your garbage.
PBS.
Yeah, I mean,
I listen to NPR. I watch PBS.
same here.
I
like-
watch CNN because it's entertaining.
True,
CNN has
true.
become so entertaining because all they do is get 16 Democrats on one side of the TV and 25
They got some
Republicans and
great
say,
little
let's fight.
arguments. It's very entertaining.
It's very entertaining.
What's the little black guy with the glasses, little bald head? He got his own show now, I think. He moving
Van
up in the
Jones.
world.
Van
Yeah,
Jones.
moving up in the world. I mean, what he talking about?
I
I
don't
don't really
like
know, but it's good when I'm watching
He
it.
made me mad.
But when you want
because-
real information, real news, I mean, I'm not gonna listen to V103 for my real
He
news.
has